Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we're basically doing a financial autopsy. We're going to take a hard, technical look at the stock of Argo Blockchain, ARBK, and try to understand the story the data is telling us about its recent dramatic collapse. So here's where we're at as of December 15th, 2025. The stock is trading at a severely distressed price of just $5.17. I mean, a number like that all on its own is a massive red flag. And then you see this. Wow, this is the wound. A catastrophic single-day drop of over 66%. Look, this isn't just a bad day on the market. This is a violent, extreme sell-off that really demands a much deeper explanation.
So, that brings us to the big question for this explainer. We're going to peel back the layers here, look at the charts and the indicators to figure out what is the technical story behind this stock's complete collapse.
All right, so to kick off our investigation, we've got to establish a baseline. Let's start with the first piece of evidence, just where the price is sitting in the context of its own recent history. And this really puts the whole thing in perspective. The stock has been almost completely wiped out over the past year. It's now trading at the absolute bottom of its 52-week range, just 1% above its lowest point. There's virtually no floor left here.
Next up, we need to understand the trend. You can think of a stock's moving averages as its historical gravity, those levels where the price usually finds some support. So let's see what ARBK's gravity looks like right now. And man, the numbers here really tell the story. The current price of about $5 is, well, it's light years below its recent averages, over $23 for the 5-day and a staggering $58 for the 50-day. The price hasn't just slipped below support, it's in a total freefall.
This next indicator just confirms how severe this is. So Bollinger Bands, they create this channel, kind of like the normal trading range around a stock's price. By crashing below the lower band, which ARBK has done, the stock is signaling a huge downside breakout. This isn't some little dip, it's a powerful, sustained move down into uncharted territory.
Okay, so we've established the price is collapsing in this super deep downtrend. But now let's talk about momentum. How fast is this collapse happening? Is it slowing down, or is it actually speeding up?
To answer that, we'll first look at something called the Relative Strength Index, or RSI. Put simply, this indicator helps us see if a stock is running out of steam, either buying steam or selling steam.
ARBK's RSI is clocking in at 30.63. Now, anything below 30 is typically considered oversold. The stock is teetering right on that edge, which tells us the selling has just been relentless, and the buying pressure, well, it's almost completely evaporated.
Now let's layer on the MACD indicator to see how this story builds. Not only is the MACD value deeply negative, but look at this, it's way below its own signal line. This confirms what the RSI was telling us, but it adds a critical detail. The downward momentum isn't just strong, it's intensely accelerating. It's getting worse, faster.
Every stock's price is a battle, right? It's a tug of war between the buyers, the bulls, and the sellers, the bears. So looking at all this data, who is winning the war for ARBK right now?
To find out, we use something called the Average Directional Index, or ADX. And honestly, the best way to think about ADX is as a trend's horsepower. A high number means there's a really strong, powerful trend in place. And this chart, well, it declares a clear winner. The Negative Directional Indicator, which represents the bears, the sellers, is at a dominant 48.77. Compare that to the bulls' power at a measly 17.58. I mean, it's not even a fair fight. The sellers are just overwhelmingly in control here. This next data point, this one's tough because it really reveals the human cost of this collapse. The VWAP, which is basically the average price paid by recent traders, is nearly $115. With the stock now at $5, it means the vast majority of people who bought in recently are sitting on absolutely catastrophic losses. And that creates this immense psychological pressure to just sell and cut their losses, which could just be fueling the fire even more. So after looking at all the evidence, it's time to put all the pieces of our financial autopsy together and deliver the final technical verdict. So let's just quickly recap the key evidence. First, the price has crashed through every single historical support level. Second, the momentum isn't just negative, it's actively getting worse. Third, sellers are in complete, undeniable control. And finally, a huge number of recent traders are just deeply underwater.
It's a perfect storm of technical weakness.
The source analysis really just sums it up perfectly with this one phrase, a high-velocity collapse. This isn't a slow decline. It's a rapid, powerful, and complete breakdown of the stock's entire technical structure.
And that leaves us with one final, critical question. The stock is sitting at rock bottom, right near its 52-week low. So, is this the point of maximum pain right before a rebound? Or is this just a brief pause before the next leg of the collapse? The technicals have laid out the grim reality, and now the market has to decide what happens next.